was that like to be out there and kind of go through the range of emotions, with the way the last 4 minutes went?
I wouldn't say there was a range of emotions for us. We would have wanted to get that fumble recovery. It was clear and obvious to us that he got it out and recovered it, but they didn't call it on the field, and I guess to them there wasn't enough to overturn it. But I told my guys, when we got out there, believe at halftime that we're going to win this ball game. We just got to keep believing, keep your head up, and just keep fighting. And we came through.
You talked so much during the week, or you actually said it on Friday, like, you got to take the ball away now. Like, the job that you guys are doing isn't enough. Did it feel like that was like the last piece of the puzzle to really unlocking this defense's potential?
Absolutely. I mean, we've been doing everything else pretty well. And we've been holding a lot of teams to low yardage and, for the most part, keeping them out of the end zone. And, just taking the ball away when we have those opportunities was the main thing. We had our hand on the football, multiple times, and we came up with it when we needed to.
Myles, you've always talked about how, you guys stick together as a team, you play together, you fight for each other. If your offense isn't going well, your defense is going to come through. I mean, was this just the epitome, the definition of complementary football for you guys today?
It is. This is how you win games. It's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be a shootout. And we can't always hold them to zero. There are going to be games where everybody's needed. And as you saw, it took everybody.
Myles, how about the pressure you guys put on Jordan Love and the false starts that you guys drew from them? How much of an effect did that have on this?
It's hard to say. I feel like we were getting pressure on him all day. Put him on the ground, getting hits on him, and just trying to frustrate him. And if he didn't get it out quick, we were taking him down. So I think it maybe generated some of those big plays and some of those takeaways that we got, and that's what we need.
How big was it for Andre? Just sort of speaking to somebody who's kind of ridden the roller coaster the last first couple of weeks, just to be able to sort of get a little bit of redemption in this stadium.
He knows who he is, and one moment doesn't define you. He was just waiting for this opportunity to come again, and we knew he was ready. We've been able to talk to him and pick his brain, and he was ready for the moment. He was excited to get the opportunity when the game was on the line again, and he made the most of it, and we couldn't be proud of him.
You started the season with Joe Burrow, then you went to Lamar Jackson, you went to Jordan Love, and you've had success against all of them. How good really is this defense?
As good as we want to be. I think we can be as dominant as we want. As long as we stick together, we keep on playing together. We don't worry about the scoreboard. We execute what we know we can do, and be where we're supposed to be. We got talent on every part of the field. So I think as long as we keep our heads up, don't worry about the noise and what's going on around us, we can be the very best.
Myles, the first 2 weeks didn't go exactly the way you guys wanted it to go. Can a win like this kind of boost morale and just motivation amongst this team?
For sure. I think it helps give belief and reason in the focus. Guys continue to still fight, push towards this goal that we have, and getting wins, gritty wins like that, make you realize what it's all for and what you can really do and achieve, if you just keep on chipping away. And I think that'll allow us to understand what we really have in our room, in our building, and just keep on grinding.
Myles, in training camp, you talked about that you wanted this team to go to the Super Bowl. You believed this team could go to the Super Bowl. Does a game like this really kind of show everybody what this team really is capable of when it does play that complementary ball and what it can do?
Capable of, yes, absolutely. But you have to do that from week to week, and we're going to get every team's best, and we have to be at our very best. We have to stay healthy. We have to execute at a very high level, and we have to do it for 60 minutes, if longer, if need be. So I think we have what it takes. I think the men in the room are who we need. We got to prove it, week in and week out.
Why were you still so confident at halftime with the offense really not doing anything that you told the guys you were going to win?
As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So, if I believe, the guys around me are going to believe. I'm going to go out there and keep fighting, because that's because I know that, if I give my very best, guys next to me, the guys behind me are going to do the very same, and outcomes like this happen.
Which,
Oh, go ahead.
I just say, what do you think about Shelby being able to block that obvious field goal in the last 30 seconds?
Didn't have a doubt whether it was going to be him and Denzel. I didn't know who it was going to be, but I just saw the look in their eyes, and I just knew we were going to go get it. I didn't know how, but it was going to get done.
He gets up pretty well for an old guy, huh?
I don't know if he got up at all. He just got long arms. Hammond has long arms, and he just puts that 300 pounds on you. He just keeps on driving with the legs, and I think the guys next to him, Mason, I think Leak was out there too. They just created enough separation, made the play.
You think he puts those white gloves on, those big mitts, to make sure that that he hit the ball?
Absolutely. He wants the attention. He wants the glory, and he deserves it. He goes out there and makes big plays like that. He deserves every bit of the praise.
Myles, these fans have stuck with you guys through thick and thin. How much fun was it just to see how that place just totally erupted when you guys pulled this one out?
I saw some of the fans leaving, and I just knew they would be missing out on something special because I knew we still had something in the tank. And those guys over there on the other end are tough. They made it tough for 60 minutes, and we just grinded away and just made just enough plays.
Thank you.
Thank you.